The High Council chamber fell silent as Dr. Nithara finished her report. Her findings painted a disturbing picture of human capabilities and potential. The assembled council members floated in their energy fields, their crystalline forms flickering with nervous energy. For 3,000 years they had ruled the galaxy unopposed. Now they faced a species that could challenge their dominance. Elder Zethmos spoke first, his mental voice carrying centuries of authority. The data is clear. These humans advance too quickly to be left unguided. Their aggressive nature combined with rapid technological development poses an unacceptable risk to galactic stability. Ambassador Kethvar reviewed the human psychological profiles with growing concern. They solve problems through conflict rather than contemplation. They compete instead of cooperating. They take risks that rational beings would avoid. Such behavior is fundamentally unstable. The debate continued for days, but the conclusion was inevitable. The Zephyrian Empire had maintained peace for millennia through careful management of developing species. They had guided dozens of primitive civilizations toward stable, controllable advancement. Humanity would receive the same treatment whether they wanted it or not. Fleet Admiral Corthane received his orders with grim satisfaction. He was an old warrior who remembered the last galactic conflict thousands of years ago. His bioships were the finest in the Empire, and his crews were loyal and experienced. The human intervention would be swift and bloodless. The Admiral assembled a massive armada in deep space beyond Pluto's orbit. 50 capital ships and hundreds of smaller vessels prepared for simultaneous appearance over every major human population center. The plan was elegant in its simplicity. Reveal themselves as benevolent gods, offer limited technological gifts, and establish permanent oversight of human development. But the humans proved more observant than expected. Commander Ben Taylor was leading a routine supply mission to the Mars Research Station when his pilot spotted something impossible. Lieutenant Kate Sullivan had the sharpest eyes in the space program, and she caught the faint shimmer of cloaked vessels moving against the star field. "Commander, I'm seeing distortions in Sector 7, Sullivan reported, her voice calm despite the significance of her discovery. "Could be atmospheric interference, but we're in deep space." Taylor trusted his pilot's instincts completely. "Record everything. Full spectrum analysis. If something's out there, I want proof." Communications Specialist Sergeant Ryan Brooks detected the energy signatures moments later. His instruments picked up gravitational anomalies and exotic particle emissions that couldn't be natural phenomena. "Sir, we've got company." "Big company. These readings suggest vessels larger than anything in our fleet." The Mars mission team transmitted their findings to Earth immediately. The data reached General Pete Johnson at the Pentagon within hours. Johnson was a career military officer who had spent decades preparing for scenarios that most people considered impossible. First contact with alien intelligence was at the top of that list. Johnson's response was swift and decisive. He activated Protocol 7, a classified contingency plan developed in secret by a joint committee of military leaders and scientists. Within hours, secure communications networks carried the alert to every major government and military installation on Earth. Dr. Sam Parker's team at the Quantum Physics Laboratory received the data with a mixture of excitement and terror. Working with Dr. Emma Wright and Dr. Tony Garcia, Parker had been tracking gravitational anomalies for months. The Mars mission data confirmed their worst fears. Earth was under observation by a technologically superior civilization. President Diana Foster convened an emergency session of world leaders within 6 hours of the discovery. Prime Minister John Clark, Chancellor Hans Miller, President Chen Wei, and dozens of other heads of state participated in the most classified conference call in human history. The subject was simple: humanity's response to first contact. The debate was brief but intense. Some leaders advocated immediate public disclosure. Others demanded military preparation. A few suggested attempting peaceful communication. Foster cut through the arguments with characteristic decisiveness. "We have hours, maybe days, before they reveal themselves. We need to be ready for anything." General Johnson outlined humanity's limited options. "Our technology is primitive compared to theirs. Direct military confrontation would be suicide, but we're not helpless. We have advantages they might not expect." Admiral Susan Blake of the newly formed Space Force agreed. "They've been watching us for months without revealing themselves. That suggests caution on their part. They're not sure how we'll react." Director Paul Stevens of NASA provided the scientific perspective. Their technology appears to be energy-based rather than mechanical. That gives us insights into their capabilities and potential weaknesses. We may be primitive, but we're not stupid. The global response took shape rapidly. Military forces worldwide went to quiet alert status. Scientific institutions began emergency analysis of the alien technology signatures. Intelligence agencies activated every monitoring system on the planet. Humanity prepared for first contact with characteristic determination and paranoia. Dr. Alex Carter and Dr. Maya Patel at SETI worked frantically to decode the alien communication patterns. Their months of analysis suddenly made sense when combined with the Mars mission data. The signals they had dismissed as statistical noise were actually fragments of an advanced communication network. Colonel Maria Santos commanded special forces units that had trained for impossible scenarios. Her team specialized in operations against technologically superior enemies. The training had seemed theoretical until now. Suddenly, decades of preparation for asymmetric warfare became immediately relevant. Intelligence analyst Kevin Murphy coordinated information gathering from every available source. Satellite networks, ground-based telescopes, and deep space monitoring stations all focused on detecting the alien presence. Murphy's job was to provide early warning of any changes in alien behavior. The breakthrough came from an unexpected source. Mechanic Joe Thompson was servicing communications equipment at a tracking station when he noticed unusual interference patterns. His technical training in electronic warfare helped him recognize the signatures of advanced cloaking technology. Thompson's report reached military intelligence within minutes. Software engineer Rachel Kim analyzed the digital aspects of the alien signatures. Her expertise in encryption and data compression revealed structural patterns in the alien communications. The pattern suggested a highly organized society with rigid command hierarchies. This information would prove crucial for understanding alien decision-making processes. Metallurgist Andy Lewis studied the energy emissions detected by various monitoring stations. His analysis revealed that the alien technology manipulated matter at the molecular level. This discovery opened possibilities for developing countermeasures using human materials science. The most significant breakthrough came from Dr. Helen Davis, a nuclear physicist who specialized in exotic energy systems. Working with aerospace engineer Mark Wilson and systems analyst Carol Lee, Davis realized that alien technology followed the same physical laws as human science. The aliens were advanced, but they weren't using magic. They manipulate energy more efficiently than we do, Davis explained to the Emergency Scientific Committee. But energy manipulation follows universal principles. If we can understand their methods, we can develop our own applications. General Johnson coordinated the global response with quiet efficiency. Hidden facilities around the world began emergency construction projects. Scientific teams worked around the clock to develop new technologies based on the alien signatures. Military forces prepared for scenarios ranging from peaceful contact to immediate invasion. The humans had one advantage the aliens didn't expect. Humanity's chaotic nature made them unpredictable, even to advanced psychological analysis. While the Zephyrians planned their elegant intervention, humans prepared for every possible outcome with characteristic paranoia and determination. When Admiral Corthane's fleet finally decloaked over Earth's major cities, they found humanity ready for them. Not ready to fight, perhaps, but ready to learn everything possible from the encounter. The aliens expected to find frightened primitives. Instead, they found a species that had spent months preparing for exactly this moment. The revelation changed everything for both species. The Zephyrians thought they were beginning a simple cultural intervention. Humanity knew they were starting the most important learning experience in their history. Commander Velthara noticed the first anomalous readings during a routine patrol of the outer solar system. Her sensors detected unusual energy signatures coming from the far side of Earth's moon. The patterns were familiar yet wrong, like hearing a symphony played with different instruments. The energy manipulation techniques were clearly based on Zephyrian principles, but the implementation was crude and aggressive. Dr. Nithara received the sensor data with growing alarm. Her analysis confirmed her worst fears. The humans had not only understood the technology she had shared with them, they had modified it in ways that violated every principle of safe energy manipulation. The readings suggested construction on a massive scale using hybrid technologies that shouldn't exist. The discovery prompted immediate investigation. Stealth probes sent to lunar orbit revealed the impossible truth. Hidden behind the moon's far side, humanity had constructed a shipyard using a combination of human engineering and adapted Zephyrian technology. The facility was enormous, clearly designed for mass production of spacecraft. Admiral Corthane studied the intelligence reports with disbelief. The humans had somehow acquired advanced manufacturing capabilities without Zephyrian approval. Worse, they were building ships that combined human design principles with stolen alien technology. The vessels under construction were smaller than Zephyrian bioships but appeared heavily armed and armored. The human deception ran deeper than anyone had imagined. Dr. Alex Carter's peaceful research into communication systems had been a cover for mapping Zephyrian command networks. Engineer Lisa Rodriguez's work on interface technology had revealed the control systems for alien vessels. Pilot Kate Sullivan's flight training had been preparation for combat operations in space. General Johnson's carefully hidden network revealed itself as the largest intelligence operation in human history. Every human who had worked with Zephyrian technology had been part of the reverse engineering effort. Every question asked, every system analyzed, every component studied had contributed to humanity's growing understanding of alien capabilities. The most shocking discovery came when long-range scans detected energy signatures throughout the solar system. Hidden bases on Mars, concealed facilities in the asteroid belt, and camouflaged installations on the moons of Jupiter all showed signs of advanced human technology. Humanity had been building a secret military infrastructure while appearing completely cooperative. Admiral Corthane demanded an immediate explanation from human leaders. His message was broadcast directly to every government on Earth. Explain these unauthorized constructions. The Zephyrian Empire will not tolerate deception from primitive species under our guidance. President Foster's response was delivered by General Johnson from a secure military facility. His words were broadcast globally and transmitted to the Zephyrian fleet. You assumed we were primitive. You assumed we were grateful. You assumed we could be controlled. You were wrong on all counts. The human revelation began with a simple demonstration. Dr. Helen Davis activated a gravity pulse generator hidden beneath the lunar shipyard. The device created a localized gravitational anomaly that twisted space-time in a way that should have been impossible for human technology. The pulse disrupted Zephyrian sensors across the solar system. Captain Jake Morrison emerged from the hidden shipyard aboard the flagship UES Defiance. The vessel was a hybrid of human engineering and adapted Zephyrian technology, smaller than alien bioships but bristling with weapons that combined kinetic projectiles with energy manipulation systems. Behind him came a fleet of similar vessels commanded by officers like Captain Kate Sullivan and Colonel Ben Taylor. The human fleet had been designed specifically to counter Zephyrian advantages. Where alien ships relied on elegant energy shields, human vessels used crude but effective ablative armor, combined with regenerating biometal plating, stolen from Zephyrian healing technology. Where aliens used coordinated battle formations, humans employed chaotic swarm tactics that were impossible to predict. Dr. Sam Parker's team had developed the most devastating surprise. Working with aerospace engineer Mark Wilson and systems analyst Carol Lee, they had created weapons that disrupted the neural networks controlling Zephyrian bioships. The devices used modified human electronics to generate quantum interference patterns that caused alien vessels to lose coordination. The engagement was swift and brutal. Human tactics proved superior to Zephyrian strategy. Admiral Corthane's elegant battle formations were shattered by unpredictable human assault patterns. Bioships that had never known defeat found themselves outmaneuvered by smaller vessels that ignored conventional rules of space combat engineer. Lisa Rodriguez had modified human ships with adaptive systems that learned from battle damage. When Zephyrian energy weapons hit human vessels, the ships analyzed the attack patterns and developed countermeasures in real time. The human fleet became more effective as the battle continued. Intelligence analyst Kevin Murphy coordinated the human information warfare campaign. His teams had spent months studying Zephyrian communication protocols. When the battle began, human hackers led by software engineer Rachel Kim launched cyber attacks that disrupted alien coordination networks. The decisive moment came when Dr. Davis activated humanity's ultimate weapon, The gravitational pulse generator created an artificial black hole that lasted for only seconds, but was powerful enough to tear apart any matter caught in its field. Several Zephyrian capital ships were destroyed by gravitational forces that no living being should have been able to survive. Creating metallurgist Andy Lewis had provided the materials science that made the weapon possible. His analysis of Zephyrian technology had revealed how to manipulate matter at the quantum level. The humans had taken this knowledge and applied it in ways the aliens never imagined, creating weapons that violated every principle of safe technology. Admiral Corthane watched his fleet retreat in disorder as human vessels pursued with relentless aggression. The bioships that had conquered dozens of star systems were being defeated by primitives who had learned advanced technology in just 18 months. The impossible was happening before his eyes. Dr. Nithara's final report to the High Council was a confession of catastrophic failure. We believed we were guiding primitive children towards civilization. Instead, we gave advanced weapons to the galaxy's most dangerous predators. They don't just adapt to challenges, they weaponize them. We taught them our technology, thinking we could control their development. They learned our technology and made it better. The humans had demonstrated capabilities that terrified even ancient Zephyrians. They had reverse-engineered advanced alien technology in months rather than centuries. They had developed weapons that combined human ingenuity with alien principles. Most disturbing, they had done it all while appearing completely cooperative and grateful. Captain Morrison's final transmission to the retreating Zephyrian fleet summarized humanity's position. You came here expecting to find children playing with fire. Instead, you found engineers who had been waiting their whole lives for someone to show them advanced materials. You believed you were alone at the top of the galactic hierarchy. Now you know better. The message continued with characteristic human directness. Humanity doesn't seek to be ruled. We seek to excel. We don't accept guidance from those who underestimate us. We learn from everyone and surpass our teachers. You wanted to control our development. Instead, you accelerated it beyond your ability to contain. Commander Velthera's sensor readings showed the full scope of human achievement. Hidden facilities throughout the solar system were activating advanced technology that rivaled Zephyrian capabilities. The humans had used their 18 months of supposed guidance to build an industrial base that could challenge the Empire itself. The retreat continued as more human vessels emerged from concealment. Each ship was unique, combining different aspects of human and alien technology in ways that shouldn't work but did. The humans had taken Zephyrian elegance and added their own brutal efficiency, creating weapons that were both beautiful and terrifying. Admiral Corthane's final report to the High Council carried a warning that would change galactic policy forever. The humans are not a primitive species to be guided. They are apex predators who have been isolated and contained by their own solar system. We have given them the keys to the galaxy. They will not be stopped by anything short of total war, and they have already proven they can fight such a war. The Zephyrian Empire retreated to their distant territories, but the damage was done. Humanity had learned that they were not alone in the universe. More importantly, they had learned that advanced technology was possible and they could master it. The galaxy would never be the same. Dr. Nithara's final analysis was simple and terrifying. We believed we had found another species to guide toward civilization. Instead, we discovered that humanity was already civilized. They were simply waiting for someone to show them what was possible. Now they know and they are coming. The Zephyrian fleet appeared simultaneously over every major city on Earth. 50 massive bioships materialized in the skies like crystalline angels, their organic hulls shimmering with rainbow energy. The sight was breathtaking and terrifying in equal measure. Millions of humans looked up to see proof that they were not alone in the universe. Admiral Corthane broadcast his message in perfect human languages, his voice carrying the authority of 3 millennia of galactic rule. People of Earth, we are the Zephyrian Empire. We come in peace to welcome you into the galactic community. We offer guidance, technology, and protection as you develop toward your full potential. The message was everything the Admiral intended it to be. Benevolent, authoritative, and clearly from a superior civilization. He expected fear, wonder, and grateful acceptance from the primitive humans. What he received was carefully calculated responses from world leaders who had spent months preparing for this moment. President Diana Foster delivered humanity's official response from the steps of the White House. Her words were broadcast globally and transmitted to the alien fleet. We welcome our galactic neighbors and appreciate their generous offer of guidance. We look forward to learning from your advanced civilization and contributing what we can to galactic peace. The speech was perfect diplomatic language that committed humanity to nothing while appearing completely cooperative. Foster's advisors had crafted every word to sound grateful while maintaining maximum flexibility for future actions. The aliens heard compliance. Human leaders heard strategy. Behind the scenes, humanity launched the most ambitious covert operation in their history. General Johnson activated networks that had been building for months. Admiral Blake coordinated military assets that had been quietly repositioned. Director Stevens implemented scientific programs that had been planned in secret since the first alien detection. Dr. Nithara was pleased with the human response. She established research stations in major cities where humans could be taught appropriate technologies. Medical advances, agricultural improvements, and basic energy manipulation were offered as gifts to help humanity develop properly. The Zephyrians were careful to withhold anything that could be weaponized. The first human volunteers to work with Zephyrian technology appeared eager and grateful. Dr. Alex Carter led a team that included engineer Lisa Rodriguez and pilot Kate Sullivan in studying alien communication systems. They asked intelligent questions and seemed genuinely interested in peaceful applications of the technology. What Dr. Nithara didn't realize was that every human working with Zephyrian technology was carefully selected for their ability to analyze and reverse engineer advanced systems. Dr. Carter's questions weren't just about communication. They probed the fundamental principles behind Zephyrian energy manipulation. Mechanic Joe Thompson was assigned to maintain equipment at a Zephyrian technology center. His background in military electronics made him perfect for the role. Thompson studied every component he serviced, noting design principles and construction methods. His detailed reports went directly to human intelligence analysts. Software engineer Rachel Kim worked on human Zephyrian interface systems. Her real job was to map the logical structures underlying alien computer systems. Kim discovered that Zephyrian algorithms followed patterns that could be analyzed and understood using human mathematical principles. Metallurgist Andy Lewis examined the materials used in Zephyrian equipment. His analysis revealed that alien technology was based on molecular manipulation of common elements. Lewis realized that humans could potentially replicate these materials using modified human manufacturing techniques. The most critical work was being done by Dr. Helen Davis and her team. Working with aerospace engineer Mark Wilson and systems analyst Carol Lee, Davis studied the energy systems that powered Zephyrian technology. Her background in nuclear physics gave her insights into the quantum mechanics behind alien energy manipulation. "They're not using magic," Davis explained to a classified scientific committee. "They're using advanced applications of quantum field theory. The principles are the same ones we use in particle accelerators, just applied more efficiently." Colonel Ben Taylor coordinated the military aspects of the operation. His experience with asymmetric warfare proved invaluable in planning operations against a technologically superior enemy. Taylor worked with Special Forces Captain Maria Santos to establish hidden resistance cells throughout the world. Intelligence analyst Kevin Murphy tracked every aspect of Zephyrian behavior. His teams monitored alien communications, analyzed their deployment patterns, and studied their interaction protocols. Murphy's goal was to understand Zephyrian decision-making processes and identify potential weaknesses. The breakthrough came when Dr. Sam Parker's physics team made a crucial discovery. Working with Dr. Emma Wright and Dr. Tony Garcia, Parker realized that Zephyrian technology created detectable quantum signatures. These signatures could be tracked, analyzed, and potentially disrupted using modified human instruments. General Johnson received daily briefings on the reverse engineering progress. The news was better than anyone had dared hope. Human scientists were successfully analyzing alien technology and developing their own applications. The aliens' decision to share limited technology was giving humanity a masterclass in advanced physics. Admiral Blake supervised the secret construction of hidden facilities around the world. Underground laboratories, concealed manufacturing centers, and camouflage testing sites were built using a combination of human engineering and insights gained from studying alien technology. The construction was done by trusted personnel who understood the stakes. Director Stevens managed the careful acquisition of more Zephyrian technology through seemingly innocent research exchanges. Human scientists asked for access to more advanced systems for purely theoretical research. The aliens were happy to share knowledge with such eager students. The Zephyrians believed they were successfully managing primitive humans. Dr. Nithara's reports praised human eagerness to learn and willingness to follow Zephyrian guidance. The humans appeared grateful for the technology gifts and showed no signs of aggressive intentions. What the aliens failed to understand was that humans were natural pattern recognition experts. Thousands of years of evolution as hunters and tool makers had given humanity an instinctive ability to analyze systems and find weaknesses. The Zephyrians were providing detailed examples of their most advanced technology to a species that specialized in reverse engineering. Carol Lee's analysis of Zephyrian computer systems revealed logical vulnerabilities that could be exploited. Mark Wilson's engineering studies showed how alien energy systems could be disrupted or overloaded. Dr. Davis's physics research suggested ways to create countermeasures using human materials. The global network of human scientists, engineers, and military personnel worked with unprecedented coordination. Secure communication networks carried research data instantly around the world. Manufacturing facilities shared technical specifications. Military units prepared for scenarios the aliens couldn't imagine. 6 months after first contact, humanity achieved their first major breakthrough. A joint team led by Dr. Davis successfully replicated a basic Zephyrian energy manipulator using human technology. The device was crude and unstable, but it proved that alien technology could be understood and reproduced. The second breakthrough came when Rachel Kim successfully decoded the basic structure of Zephyrian software. Her work revealed that alien computers used quantum processing methods that could be simulated on modified human systems. This opened the possibility of accessing and potentially controlling Zephyrian technology. As the first year of contact ended, humanity had accomplished something the Zephyrians thought impossible. They had successfully reverse-engineered fundamental principles of advanced alien technology. More importantly, they had done it while appearing completely cooperative and grateful. For Zephyrian guidance, Admiral Corthane received regular reports praising human compliance and eagerness to learn. Dr. Nithara recommended expanding the technology sharing program based on human progress and peaceful intentions. The Zephyrian High Council was pleased with a successful intervention. None of them suspected that humanity was using their 18 months of guided development to bootstrap themselves into a technological revolution. The aliens had given weapons to the galaxy's most dangerous predators and taught them how to use advanced technology. They believed they were introducing primitive children to civilization. Instead, they were creating their own greatest threat. The humans had learned well. Soon they would demonstrate just how dangerous human students could be when they graduated from their alien teacher's school. The crystal towers of Zephyr Prime reached toward the purple sky like frozen lightning. Ambassador Kethvar stood at the highest observation deck and looked out at his empire. 3,000 years of rule had made the Zephyrians confident. They were the only intelligent life in the known universe. Every scan, every probe, every long-range sensor had confirmed this truth. The galaxy belonged to them alone. Kethvar's skin glowed with a soft blue light as his thoughts traveled across space to other worlds. His people could speak mind to mind across vast distances. They had no need for crude radio waves or metal ships. Their vessels were grown from living crystal and powered by pure energy. Matter bent to their will with simple mental commands. The High Council chamber hummed with telepathic conversations. Council members floated in energy fields, their tall, thin bodies barely solid. They had evolved beyond the need for heavy flesh and dense bones. Pure thought was their strength. Advanced science was their gift to the universe. Elder Zethmos spoke first. His voice was like wind through crystal caves. The outer sectors report the same findings. Empty worlds. Dead systems. Primitive bacteria at best. He gestured to holographic displays showing lifeless planets. We remain alone. The other council members agreed. For centuries, their scouts had traveled to distant galaxies. They found nothing but rocks and gas and the occasional single-celled organism. No cities, no technology. No signs of intelligence anywhere in the cosmos. Commander Velthara commanded the newest exploration fleet. Her bioships were the most advanced vessels ever created. They could travel between stars in days and remain hidden from any primitive detection systems. Her mission was routine: survey the small spiral galaxy their maps called Sector 7 Gamma. The humans would later call it the Milky Way. Velthara's ship was beautiful. Its organic hull shifted colors like an oil slick. Energy fields protected it from radiation and debris. The crew of 30 Zephyrians worked in perfect harmony, their minds linked in constant communication. They expected to find nothing more than empty space and lifeless rocks. The journey took 12 days. Velthara's fleet emerged from hyperspace at the edge of the small galaxy. Immediately their sensors began scanning. Gas giants, rocky worlds, asteroid belts, all the usual formations. Nothing special. Nothing alive. They moved deeper into the spiral arms. System after system showed the same results. Dead worlds orbiting boring stars. Velthara began to compose her report. Another empty galaxy to add to their database. Another confirmation that the Zephyrians were truly alone in the universe. Then sensor operator Nightcall noticed something strange. "Commander, I am detecting unusual electromagnetic patterns from System 7 Gamma 2847. The designation meant nothing to them then. The humans called it Sol. Velthara focused her attention on the readings. Artificial signals were coming from the third planet. The wavelengths were crude but clearly technological. Radio communications, electrical power grids, even primitive satellite transmissions. The discovery shocked the entire crew. Nithkol ran the scans 3 more times. The results were the same. Intelligence existed on the small blue world. Another species had developed technology and was broadcasting their presence to the stars. Velthara ordered immediate stealth protocols. Her ships vanished from all detection methods. Whatever lived on that planet must not know they were being observed. This was too important to risk with hasty contact. The bioships moved closer to the third planet. Earth was beautiful in its own primitive way. Blue oceans covered most of the surface. White clouds swirled in complex patterns. Green and brown continents showed signs of agriculture and massive cities. The night side blazed with artificial lights. Advanced scans revealed the inhabitants. Bipedal creatures called humans. They walked on 2 legs and had bilateral symmetry like many species, but their technology was crude compared to Zephyrian standards. They still used metal and fossil fuels. Their space travel was limited to chemical rockets. Their communications relied on electromagnetic radiation. Yet something about the humans troubled Velthara. Their cities were enormous. Their population numbered in the billions. Most concerning was their rapid development. Archaeological scans showed they had developed from primitive agriculture to spaceflight in just 10,000 years. The Zephyrians had taken 50 times longer to achieve the same progress. The humans also showed disturbing behavior patterns. They fought constant wars. Their planet was divided into hundreds of separate nations. Each group claimed different territories and followed different beliefs. They competed for resources instead of sharing knowledge. They built weapons instead of focusing purely on science. Velthara sent her findings to the High Council immediately. The message traveled through hyperspace in minutes. The response came back within hours. The entire Zephyrian Empire was in emergency session. The debate raged for days. Some council members wanted immediate contact. Others demanded more observation. A few suggested the humans might be dangerous despite their primitive technology. Elder Zethmos argued for caution. These creatures were unlike anything they had encountered. Ambassador Kethvar studied the human data carefully. Their psychology was alien to Zephyrian thinking. Where his people valued harmony and unity, humans seemed to thrive on conflict and competition. Where Zephyrians sought perfection through contemplation, humans achieved progress through trial and error and constant struggle. The final decision came from the Supreme Council itself. They would observe the humans for 1 full rotation before making contact. Hidden monitoring stations would be established throughout the solar system. Every aspect of human civilization would be studied and analyzed. Velthara received her new orders with mixed feelings. This was the greatest discovery in Zephyrian history. After millennia of solitude, they had found another intelligent species. But something about the humans made her nervous. They were chaotic and unpredictable. Their rapid advancement suggested capabilities that might be dangerous if left unchecked. The bioships took positions throughout the Sol system. Cloaked observation posts were established near every major planet. Advanced sensors monitored human communications, analyzed their technology, and tracked their space missions. The Zephyrians would learn everything about these strange creatures before revealing themselves. As Velthara watched the blue planet turn slowly in space, she wondered what they had really discovered. The humans looked primitive, but appearances could be deceiving. Their rapid advancement and aggressive nature suggested hidden depths that might surprise even the ancient Zephyrian Empire. The galaxy was no longer empty. The question now was whether that was a good thing or a terrible mistake waiting to happen. Dr. Nithura had studied alien life for 800 years. She was the Empire's leading expert on xenobiology and primitive cultures. When the High Council ordered detailed observation of the humans, they chose her to lead the research team. She established her primary observation post in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, hidden behind advanced cloaking technology. The human homeworld fascinated and disturbed her in equal measure. From orbit, Earth looked chaotic. Hundreds of languages were spoken across the surface. Thousands of different cultures practiced their own customs and beliefs. The humans had divided their single planet into nearly 200 separate nations, each with different governments and laws. This confused Nithara deeply. Zephyrians had achieved unity of thought and purpose millions of years ago. They spoke with one voice and worked toward common goals. The idea of competition between members of the same species seemed wasteful and primitive. Yet somehow these divided humans had still managed to develop technology and reach space. Her research team monitored human communications constantly. The electromagnetic spectrum buzzed with their primitive radio signals. Television broadcasts, internet data, cell phone calls, and military communications created a constant stream of information. The humans were incredibly talkative for such a young species. What Dr. Nithara discovered in those communications worried her. Humans were obsessed with conflict. Their entertainment showed constant violence. Their news reported wars, crimes, and disasters. Their military forces consumed enormous resources building weapons designed to kill other humans. Even their sports were competitive battles where victory meant another's defeat. Yet they also showed remarkable innovation. Human technology advanced at an alarming rate. In just 50 Earth years, they had progressed from primitive computers to global networks. Their space program went from basic rockets to permanent orbital stations. Their medicine developed from crude surgery to genetic manipulation. The speed of progress was unprecedented in galactic history. Captain Jake Morrison commanded the International Space Station during this period of observation. He was a former military pilot with sharp eyes and good instincts. For weeks, he had noticed strange readings on the station's sensors. Energy patterns appeared and disappeared without explanation. The official reports blamed equipment malfunctions, but Morrison suspected something else. Chief Engineer Lisa Rodriguez worked closely with Morrison on the mysterious readings. She was brilliant with electronics and had an intuitive understanding of energy systems. The patterns she detected didn't match any known natural phenomena. They seemed almost technological, but no human technology could produce such clean energy signatures. Rodriguez shared her findings with Dr. Alex Carter at the SETI Institute. Carter had spent his career listening for signs of extraterrestrial intelligence. The data Rodriguez sent him was unlike anything in their databases. The signals were too structured to be natural but too advanced to be human technology. Dr. Maya Patel helped Carter analyze the patterns, but their superiors dismissed the findings as statistical noise. Unknown to the human scientists, they were detecting the edges of Zephyrian communication networks. The observation posts used quantum entanglement for instant communication across vast distances. Occasionally, energy spillover from these transmissions leaked into normal space where human sensors could detect them. Dr. Nithara was impressed by human curiosity. Despite their primitive instruments, some humans were beginning to notice the observation network. Their persistence in investigating unexplained phenomena showed intellectual courage, but it also demonstrated a troubling tendency to probe into matters that might be dangerous. The research team studied human military capabilities with growing concern. Human weapons were crude but devastatingly effective. Nuclear missiles could destroy entire cities. Chemical weapons could kill millions. Biological warfare could potentially wipe out entire populations. For such a young species, humans had developed remarkably efficient methods of destruction. More disturbing was their strategic thinking. Human military leaders planned for conflicts against enemies they had never met. They developed contingency plans for impossible scenarios. They prepared for threats that existed only in their imagination. This paranoid preparation suggested minds that were always ready for war. Dr. Nithera observed human space missions with particular interest. Their rockets were primitive chemical affairs that barely reached orbit. Yet human astronauts showed incredible bravery and determination. They risked their lives on dangerous missions using untested technology. They solved problems through improvisation and creative thinking, rather than careful planning. The humans had a saying that puzzled her: "Failure is not an option." This phrase appeared in their space program documentation repeatedly. Zephyrians would never attempt projects without guaranteed success. The idea of proceeding despite the possibility of failure seemed reckless and illogical. Yet somehow this reckless approach produced results. Human missions succeeded through determination and quick thinking when perfect planning would have failed. Their astronauts improvised solutions to problems that would have defeated more cautious species. They turned failures into learning experiences and used setbacks as motivation for improvement. Lieutenant Kate Sullivan was one of the astronauts Dr. Nithera studied most carefully. Sullivan was a test pilot who flew experimental spacecraft for the military. Her mission report showed a combination of technical skill and aggressive confidence that impressed the Zephyrian researcher. Sullivan took risks that would terrify more cautious species, yet her success rate was remarkably high. Dr. Nithera noticed that humans thrived under pressure. When faced with impossible deadlines or dangerous situations, they often performed better than in normal circumstances. This contradicted everything known about intelligent behavior. Most species became less effective when stressed. Humans seemed to use stress as fuel for greater achievement. The observation team documented human scientific progress with growing alarm. Their understanding of physics advanced rapidly. Their mathematics became increasingly sophisticated. Their engineering solutions grew more elegant and efficient. Given enough time, humans might develop technology that could challenge Zephyrian superiority. Dr. Sam Parker led a team of quantum physicists who were unknowingly close to understanding Zephyrian technology. Working with Dr. Emma Wright and Dr. Tony Garcia, Parker had begun detecting gravitational anomalies around Earth's orbit. Their research was moving toward discoveries that could reveal the hidden observation posts. The humans also showed disturbing unity when faced with external threats. Despite their constant internal conflicts, they could cooperate remarkably well against common enemies. Their military alliances spanned the globe. Their scientific collaborations shared data instantly across all nations. When motivated by external danger, humans could achieve coordination that rivaled Zephyrian efficiency. Dr. Nithera compiled her findings into regular reports for the High Council. Each report painted a picture of a species that was far more complex than initial observations suggested. Humans were primitive but adaptable. They were chaotic but innovative. They were aggressive but capable of cooperation when necessary. Most concerning was their rate of development. At their current pace, humans would achieve interstellar travel within centuries rather than millennia. Their weapons technology would advance even faster. Their aggressive nature combined with advanced technology could pose a significant threat to galactic stability. The research team began to reach an uncomfortable conclusion. Humans were not just another primitive species slowly developing toward civilization. They were a potential rival that could challenge Zephyrian dominance if allowed to develop freely. Their unpredictable nature made them impossible to control through conventional diplomatic methods. As Dr. Nithera prepared her final assessment, she realized that the discovery of humanity presented the Zephyrian Empire with an unprecedented challenge. For the first time in their long history, they had encountered a species that might become their equal if given enough time. The question was whether the Empire would allow that to happen or take steps to prevent it.